versus the Predator. And these were all 50 cents. So I'm glad to have found these. We got X-Men number 13 versus the Predator. Now remember, these aren't books that have come out in the last, year or so. These are older books. So when did this come out? Like 2022. So this is Miles Morales 40 versus the Predator. All right. The current iteration of Miles Morales is only up to issue 37. So that would be in the future if that was a modern book. But all right, guys, those were the 50 centers. Not bad, pretty cool Predator books, right? So, in case you like the Predator, we'll show them one more time. All right, now let's get on to the new books. We got, we read this came out a while ago, but we got Miles Morales number 35, so we read that this week. We also managed to fit in Miles Morales 36. And now we got Miles Morales 37. I haven't read it yet. 2 new characters. I did thumb through it. I just haven't got to it. It is one of a couple of books that I still have to read this week. But looked pretty good. It's so Miles stopped fighting with Ares, Miles and Anansi, who's the god who's chosen Miles to be his totem, if you will. All right, we have Bring On the Bad Guys. This was a really good series. I think this issue was supposed to come out last week, but something must have happened, so it came out this week, because this is part 6 of 7, because part 7 of 7 also came out this week. These are all one-shots, though, but they're one-shots that all add up to together. Different creative teams on each one. So this was the 1 in 25 of Bring On the Bad Guys, Dormammu. I got it because it's got Clea and Doctor Strange on the cover. I didn't realize this was the 1 in 25 because it was sitting with all the 8 covers. So not bad, pretty cool. So we gotta grab that. Mephisto, right? This is Bring On the Bad Guys. This is the last part. This one is Mephisto versus Powerhouse. I've started to read it. I have not finished this yet, but I will tell you I have not seen Powerhouse yet. In this book. Basically, Mephisto's pissed off a lot of the bad guys, including Sister Sorrow, who's she is his minion. She's been indebted to him. Basically, she had Mephisto save her dad from dying, only for her dad to die later. So, Mephisto, kind of tricked her. So she's mad, so she's brought all these bad guys together to kind of stop Mephisto. They all have their own reasons for wanting to stop Mephisto. All right, next up, The Incredible Hulk, number 28. All right, Bruce Banner is trying to get out of the Hulk. He's trying to warn the Hulk about some stuff. The Hulk goes back to New Orleans to go visit Dr. Voodoo. Basically, Banner's like, you gotta protect Dr. Voodoo. Dr. Voodoo's also trying to help the Hulk. And that's when bad stuff happens. And the Hulk ends up in the Down Below. And that's where we're going with the next issue. All right, we got Ultimate Spider-Man, number 20. This is one of those sit down and conversate issues. All right, Harry's returned. He's not dead. He returned like 2 issues ago. You see Gwen Stacy here, and you see Spider-Man, right? A Mysterio. Gwen's one of multiple Mysterios. You got Spider-Man, and then you got the Green Goblin. Yeah, Mary Jane Watson's also in this issue, and let's just say Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy have a very interesting conversation. All right, and Mary Jane, she's a badass. She's a bamf. All right. Next up, we got the Mortal Thor, not to be confused with the Immortal Thor. I think I was going to say Immortal. Ooh. Wonder who's publishing that one. All right, anyway. Thor's returned back to Earth, saved by Loki after dying, and he really doesn't know who he is. He thinks he's Denmark, or was it I don't know, somewhere somewhere up north. Anyway, he doesn't speak that much English, actually Norwegian, so he's from Norway. Thinks he's from Norway, not Denmark. And he still has his values, so he shows them at one part in the book, and then some bad guys come after him, and then some Thor stuff happens. So it looks like he's gonna remember who he is after all. It only took one issue. All right, we're switching over. We're going to the independent comics. We're gonna start off with Rat City. This is a Spawn Universe title out of Image. I haven't read it, so we'll get to that one. All right, we got Void Rivals number 22. Big old battle between both sides in this one. If you haven't been reading Void Rivals, pretty good. Also, Schizoid kind of comes to the realization that he's probably a clone. So there's a lot of stuff happening in this book. So you see there's Transformers here, there's war, there's battle happening. It's insane. And towards the end, some other stuff is going on. I don't want to give away too much. All right, next up, we got Exquisite Corpses. This is number 4. Issue 4 actually came out last week, but this is the one with the player card in it. I opened one. I should have brought it with me, but I picked up an extra one. This is going to be in somebody's giveaway box, but this comes with a player card. They're planning to turn this into a game, or it's already been turned into a game. It's supposed to come out next year, and they're doing promo cards in these cover Ds, so, or cover Cs, excuse me, not cover D, cover C. Pretty good so far. This one, we learned that some of the premises, a town is basically shut down, cut off from the world. They release these killers into this town for a tournament, if you will, killers tournament, where they got to kill each other, and the survivor, their family kind of gets to rule the world. Yeah, and we learned that some of them actually have had history together in the past in this issue, so not bad. All right, we're leaving the indies and we're off to DC, and we're starting off with Superman. Didn't read it, but I gotta start reading these because everything is leading into KO, which is a new series. So this is part of the all-in stuff, so we gotta read that. We did read Absolute Wonder Woman number 11, right? She meets up with a fellow Amazonian. She hasn't met any Amazonians, by the way, right? Diana's been, down in Hades or whatever forever, so she's been in hell. She hasn't been in Themyscira, and she meets basically somebody who's kind of her equal in this Amazonian named Io, who has basically stayed in a maze for years just to protect the other people in there when she could have escaped at any time. All right, so pretty good story. Diana comes up with a plan to get out and also mess up some stuff. As you can see by this photo, she ain't playing. By this cover, not playing. All right, we got Justice League Unlimited number 10 to save Doomsday. Why would the Justice League be trying to save Doomsday? Because if they don't save Doomsday, a lot of things are gonna go wrong. Things in the time stream, and Darkseid's coming, and all sorts of stuff is happening in this book. Really good book. I'm liking what Mark Waid's doing. All right, and then the last book we have was also the last in this series, at least for now. I think they're gonna not reboot it, but they'll revisit it in Absolute Martian Manhunter number 6 by Dennis Camp. Right, we have the green Martian versus the white Martian here, and our hero comes out on top, but not without a lot of self-realization from our main character. Right, he had to free his mind so the green Martian could do his thing. So very good issue, very good series. I recommend getting this, and now that this arc is done, I recommend getting it in trade. But all right, comic fans, that was the new comic book day haul plus review. If you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Go ahead and throw me a thumbs up. That's the same as a like. And comment down below. All right, do what you do. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna get ready for next week's books. Peace, deuces. We're out. Chink. All right, we got a pack here, pile here, whatever.